Hey there, what's going on? My name is Jelena from resourceful.com, and in this video I'm going to share with you 4 of my biggest takeaways from Tony Robbins' speech at the Go Pro Degree Mastery event that happened in 2016 and was hosted by Eric Worre. So if you haven't been there, get yourself there this year. So one speech that Tony had, it was actually almost 4 hours, about 3-4 hours, so it was so worth the entire trip. And just getting yourself into that huge room of about 20,000 people. So I wanted to give you my takeaways that I got from Tony. So number one, it's something that he said that I have embraced over the last year or two, or depending on when you're watching this video, is the problem is not in the resources or in the lack of resources, but the problem is that most people are not resourceful. So if you don't have some kind of resources that you feel that you lack, it's just a matter of becoming a resourceful person and really coming up with those resources. Because, I'm trying to think of different examples myself, but one of the things that I have basically trained myself to do is whenever I don't know how to do something, I'm gonna Google that. So I always go to Google or YouTube and I figure it out, right? So let's say I don't know how to set up a blog. So just like off the cuff, example, I don't know how to set up a blog. I'm gonna go to Google and Google's gonna tell me. Okay, so for me, that has been one of my ways to become resourceful, because if I don't know how to do it, I'm either gonna ask somebody how to do it or I'm gonna figure it all out. And I usually don't care how long it's gonna take me. Sometimes I do have the patience, sometimes I don't. But I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna tell you one thing: resourcefulness is gonna propel you and your success. Because when you think that you don't have anything to create anything, I guess, let's say if you don't know how to set up a blog, that could be a challenge, and you can go and bug a lot of people and ask them. But sometimes for me, it's just me, I'm not the fan of asking a ton of questions every single time. Just me, right? So, and I usually go to Google and figure it all out. But let's say if you, and I'm gonna give you the reason why I usually don't do that. And the reason for that is, when I joined, network marketing, when I joined the online marketing, space to build a business, I happened to be signed up after under one person in an affiliate, marketing platform. And he was a big leader, he still is, and I didn't really want to ask him dumb questions about how to set up a blog. And that's something that has forced me to become resourceful. So I didn't want to ask big leaders because I know that their time is valuable. So I don't want to just sound like a stupid person that doesn't know how to figure it all out. So become resourceful, and I'll tell you, this one skill set, it's going to take the whole business game to the next level. So number 2 is something that I struggled with myself as well. It's you have to get over your self-image. So period. Because a lot of times we don't want to get on a video because what if my hair doesn't look good? Oh, what if my makeup doesn't look the way I want it to look like, right? So we all have those limiting thoughts and limiting beliefs happening and running around our brain, and we usually think, oh, what my friend is going to think about when I post that video. And that was one thing that I used to think about as well. I was like, what will my classmates think when I post a video in English? And we're all kind of Russian here, right? So you have to get over your self-image and just do it. Do as if nobody's watching, and do as if, take action as if you don't care. And you really shouldn't care about any other people's opinions, right? So I mess up even in this video and I still don't care, right? So that's the attitude you have to develop, and it may not come to you right away, but I'm telling you, this will help you in the long run tremendously, and you're gonna get better with practice. So the more you practice, the more comfortable you're gonna get. The more comfortable you get with videos, the more confident you're going to sound and seem to your audience, obviously, and the less you're gonna care. Right? So especially when you have people that encourage you and that support you, all the haters, all the other people, they won't kind of matter to you, right? So get over your self-image, because it's just selfish when you focus on yourself. And I always say people, when you don't do that video, when you hold all of the information, you kind of keep it to yourself, and it's selfish, and you're just not helping anybody. So you're just sitting inside of your shell, and you're helping nobody. And there's somebody who's waiting out there for you and for your one video for you to step up and freaking do it, right? So the takeaway number 3 is, this has been huge for me, because I always used to be an introvert. Sometimes I still am. I'm kind of like a mixture right now. I'm both a little bit of extrovert, a little bit of introvert, especially in kind of like new companies where I don't know anybody. I'm usually an introvert, but in a group of people where I know everybody, I'm usually an extrovert. So a lot of people could probably relate to that. But, you know, and this was tough for me, right? But I guess like when Tony Robbins is speaking on stage, everybody's doing that. Everybody's gonna come out of their shell. And one thing that he said was, you know, increase your level of energy. So, and I was listening to Brian Finale the other day, maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and he said, you know, money is simply an exchange of energy. So when you raise your level of energy, you're going to obviously raise your level of income as well. And obviously, you know, you have to be taking action, you have to be prospecting, you have to be doing all of those things, but it's, you know, increase your level of energy and increase your level of belief. And one thing that Tony said is get in the state. And I freaking love another thing that's like really similar, like maybe it's gonna make a lot more sense. The one thing that Dr. Joe Dispenza says, he says you have to act as if the event has already happened. So let's say maybe you want to hit a specific rank, right? Maybe you want to hit a specific rank in your company. So really think about, how do people act that have already done that? You know, they're obviously not going to be greedy or like I don't know, like self-centered or whatever. No, but really think about, how do they behave? Like what kind of, I don't know, like what do they do? What kind of stuff do they post on social media? Probably the most simple example to really talk about. So think about those little things, and what do those leaders do? And when you see like their stuff, it's going to be easier for you to model after them, right? So because when you feel it, when you already know, like, I got it, like I have already done it, right? So for me, I wanted to hit a specific rank in one of my businesses, and I had to seriously make up my mind and really look at all those people that have done it. And I was like, what kind of videos do they record? What kind of Facebook lives do they do? What kind of blog posts do they create? Do they do webinars? You know, do they run Facebook ads? Like maybe that's something that I should do, right? So, and I got myself into this and I did it. So, and I acted as if I was already there. It wasn't like fake it till you make it, because I don't believe in that junk, but it was really doing the activities and acting as a leader, right? So hopefully this is making sense. And number 4, this is something that I wasn't really familiar with Tony Robbins teaching before the events. It's kind of crazy. Like, you know, I didn't really listen to his books, or I didn't, you know, watch his materials a lot. And so the thing that he said about, like, I didn't really know he was kind of teaching business. I always used to think that he was more about mindset. And one thing that he said, you know, like, define your marketing strategy. So if you want to make more money, so there are 3 steps you should be making. And I have like my notebook over here, right, from the event, and 3 things that he said. Number 1, it's really similar, right? But you know, I really want you to understand this. Number 1, you gotta get more customers. You know, period. You have to get, like, if you want to make more money, you have to get more customers that are going to pay you, right? Number 2, you have to increase the transaction per customer. So if people used to pay you $50, you know, increase that number, right? Increase the transaction amount. It could be $100, could be $500, you know, depending on the value that you bring to the marketplace or your products bring to the marketplace. And number 3, increase the frequency of repurchase. So how often are your people, like, is your customer going to buy your stuff? Are they going to buy once? Are they going to buy every single month? Are they going to buy a couple times a month? So, and that's ultimately how, like, that's the basics of business, right? That's the basics of really making money in any kind of industry. So there you go. I know this video got a little bit longer than I was expecting it to be. So 4 tips and 4 of my biggest takeaways and kind of like little mini breakthroughs from Tony Robbins' speech at Go Pro to Creating Mastery. Hope you got some value from this video. If you did, feel free to like it, Comment below your thoughts. If you've been to the events, let me know what was your biggest takeaway. If you're watching the live stream, I would like to know. And feel free to share this out with a friend, share this with your team. Share this video with them. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like that. And if you'd like to get those videos and tips and trainings delivered right into your inbox, be sure to go over to JelenaOstrovska.com, and there's a free training over on the homepage, so check it out. You're going to be able to subscribe to the newsletter and get the training as a bonus, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.